Hello, everybody. We are live right now. How are you doing today? Let us know in the comment section how you're feeling today. Um, how has been your day? Let us know. How are you feeling? Where are you joining us from? Yep. Wow. Oh, yeah. Adejoke is always the first person to always get here. I think we shared something in the Telegram channel that you should contact Shola Matthew, which is obviously me, so that we can give you access to the VIP class. All right. And our guest is ready and he's here. But before we bring him on board, let us know where you are joining us from. Okay, great, amazing. We have where yeah, the joke say bam. Yeah. Then we have. Okay, I love this comment. So we really appreciated you really appreciate your impactful lectures held yesterday, our amiable speakers. The audience were intrigued by the new possibilities for digital implementation. We truly are becoming a digital village. Yeah, definitely. We are becoming, in fact, we are already a digital village, right? I can see you, Charles Omo Yeni. Thanks for joining us. And Fajem Bola. Good day. Yeah, good day, Fajem Bola. We can see you. Ade Shokon from Lagos. We can see you too. And Razak Ade Akindele. Yeah, Akindele, you're welcome. And Olutola Ayowole Expectant. Yeah, and Opaje Esther, you're so much welcome. So ginger your friends in the group. Let them join right now. Let them know that we are live. Okay, let them know that we are live right now. Let them know that our speaker is already waiting. Yeah, I can see a lot of people already coming on board. I can see a lot of people already coming on board. Thank you. So a quick one. I always say that people will come so early. It's always good to come in time. We always have a gift for you. And quickly, if you use an Airtel line, right? If you make sure that you're using another phone to do that, an airtime voucher is going to be displayed on your screen right now. So you quickly grab it. Okay, so that is it. An Airtel voucher for you to quickly, load. All right, and let us know in the comments if you are the lucky winner of that voucher. Let us know in the comment section. All right, we have a lot of people already anticipating this amazing session. Yesterday we have great guys, and today we're gonna have someone so special to me. There was a time when we were in school, we used to belong to the same hostel. Okay, I was not actually in that hostel, but I have a sister and a friend who was in that hostel, so I used to go to that hostel very well. But even before that time, this person that I want to have right now, at that time he was the school coordinator for GDG, that is Google Developers Group, and he was doing amazing well all the time. I was seeing him on glasses, pressing something. It was a computer, right? And even while he was in school, he participated in this award examination, everything, and so he's been really doing amazing well. He has this awesome leadership skill, and I'm talking about no other person than the Awosukwe Solomon. And Awosukwe Solomon is an analytical consultant who sees data as useful as water. Can you see that? He leverages on data-powered insights to reshape ideas, provide recommendation, and establish the path for the execution of major business decisions. Okay, he currently serves on the large custom sales teams at Google, where he supports business leaders across Nigeria, South Africa, and Kenya. Today, he will be speaking on leveraging the power of data for business. So join me. Welcome. I was speaking someone. That's him over there. Can you join us together? Drop your favorite simile as you welcome him. Drop your favorite simile in the comment section. Wow, we already have the winner of the card. Amazing. Congratulations. Congratulations. So drop your favorite simile, guys, in the comment section. Let us know if you are so excited to have Solomon here today. All right? If you are so excited to have Solomon today, let us know in the comment section. Wow, yeah, we have a lot of people are so excited already. So, Solomon, thank you so much for making our time to come, and I really appreciate this opportunity and your willingness to help businesses across Africa. You now have the floor. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Shola Matthew. I'm so grateful for this opportunity, and thanks for inviting me to do this. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon from Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Solomon Awushukmi. I'll run through the intro in a bit. Graciously, I've been invited to speak to you on a topic that I like by showing what you would see on my screen. You know, there is this CEO of Ekiti Mall who's currently seeking help. You know, you can see the help shout on the screen, right? He's really bothered. You know, he doesn't know who his customer are. He has a mall which he recently opened, right? And he's so bothered about the buying patterns of his customer. He's bothered about why some of the customers are not buying. He doesn't know where they are coming from, where they are visiting from. He doesn't know what language they speak. And for him, he doesn't know how he can even drive business growth for that business. So here is a CEO that we are all going to help. So I like by starting with this story because at the end of this session, I hope that we can answer some of the questions that this particular CEO has in mind. Also, some of the questions he had that's even on screen right now includes what marketing channel actually works, where it should be positioned in his where it could be positioned in his business, what channel would be of the most impact, what sort of products should be displayed in the Ekiti Mall, right? Those are some of the concerns that our CEO has in mind. And throughout this session, we'll definitely uncover this together. I'll move on quickly. And usually to help him, you know, top of mind, we'll think, you know what, let's just hear his questions, or, you know, let's tell him, you know, all we know about running businesses or running malls everywhere. We are likely to come and tell him, you know what, in Lagos, there is Ikeja City Mall in Ikeja, and this is what they do. They have ABC shops. You know, one of the questions the CEO might actually have had is, you know, what sort of businesses should they have in the mall? Ekiti is a different region. Ado Ekiti is a different region with different consumer behaviors, right? I could say, for example, as an undergraduate in Ekiti State University, during my undergraduate years, as Shola mentioned earlier, you know, one of my favorite snack was, you know, the kuli you get at Iworoko, right? So let's assume there was a large set of people, you know, who were really interested in purchasing kuli. It would be helpful. Having data to show that there was a huge demand for kuli might be helpful for our CEO, you know, the CEO of Ekiti Mall, to understand that having kuli in one of his shops or in the supermarket, right, would be a major product that would maybe, you know, drive the biggest sales. But usually, when we are tasked with approaching kind of problem, it's less about, you know, showing them just the numbers, right? It's more about what numbers matter, right? What sort of metrics would be helpful, right, to help our CEO solve some of the problems he has, and how do we make or deduce insights from these numbers, right? And how does this impact him? How does this impact his business? How does this impact the objective he has in mind? Usually, I like to introduce this entire session by starting with one of a particular advice from one of my mentors, a Googler, who's also analytical evangelist globally for Google, right? His name is Avinash Kaushik, right? He's a data guru. He's known for this. He's been doing this way before I have been. And the advice he gives to business leaders, and when I'm saying business leaders, I'm talking about CEOs, CTOs, CBOs, I mean chief business officers, you know, head of marketing for very large global organization. It's usually the 90%, the 90-10 rule, which is spend 10% of your money buying tools for measuring data, but invest more in people and in analysis, because those two things. If you invest more in analysis and in people that understand how to run analysis for you, down the line as a business, this would help you grow. And I think in the next couple of slides, I'll walk through, how this is actually impactful. So today's topic, my name is Solomon Awushukme. I currently work at Google as analytical consultant. And basically what I do is support businesses across Africa, ranging from retail to FMCGs to banks to insurance companies across telcos, across our key markets in Africa, with data powered insight basically. And you can follow me on Twitter or any of the social media and do at underscore Olalire, right? At underscore Olalire. So I'll dive right into today's talk by defining a particular this number, right? So according to a study by the Harvard Business School online, the found out that 7 in 10 global enterprise, so 7 in 10 global companies have huge plans in the next in this year and in coming years to spend a lot more money on data analytics, and that means a lot. So be it you're there, you're maybe an undergraduate still thinking, what areas can I look at as potential opportunities or career opportunities. I mean, this shows, if a lot of investments go with data analytics, that means there's a lot of opportunity there. And if business leaders globally are thinking of spending more money, if in 10 leaders, 7 think it is really, really important to spend money on data analytics, then as small business owners, if you're one on this call, it is very, very important to invest or think about investing in data as a segue to drive growth for you and for your business. Also, following on that, there's also a particular stats also by the same Harvard Business School online, showing how other companies, how these companies, we've talked about 7 in 10 companies, about 70% of all companies globally, right? And most of these companies actually think that they are leveraging data, that data helps them to boost their processes, to boost their cost efficiency. So meaning that they are better informed around, what product line would drive the most growth for them, what area within their business they have to focus more on. If there are challenges from an HR point of view, data is a very unique piece in helping to make clear and distinct decisions around areas that can drive the most growth for them. Also, these people also believe that about 57 of them, so about half of that population, more than half of the population, think that data is useful for driving strategy and change, right? We all are recipients of the pandemic since last year or since the end of 2019. And we saw the change that happened, how some businesses suffered, how there some businesses revenue just nosedived, how some have grown, how some are still recovering as of today, right? Segments like the travel industry, still trying to recover, right? And also during that same period, we see technology companies and some other sectors like the consumer FMCGs, seeing some level of growth, right? During the pandemic, it was imminent for businesses to change their processes, to pivot in some cases, to identify ways to still drive growth, right? So, for example, prior to the pandemic, a lot of us, we go to the physical malls and shops to buy food and all. But during the lockdown, when we were all stuck in our houses, I was one of I for one started looking for ways to order food online, right? So you saw growth in those areas. You would see people now looking to order cooked, home cooked delicacies. Some people cook and have that shipped to other people. So there was a lot of change. So imagine you were a business that was in the lockdown, your business was affected. Your restaurant was closed down. You were basically not making any money. What we been able to do at that period as part of helping you would be to showcase the opportunity, where the opportunity is, and how to plug into that. Say digital, right? And leveraging digital technologies, basically. I think the third piece, I don't know what this leader said, was how data has helped them in monitoring and improving their financial performance, right? How analyzing, their financial performance the previous year versus this year, and understanding areas to, invest more in or invest less in, has helped to drive growth for them or deliver growth for them. So this is what some global companies are saying. And if we see big companies thinking this way, it is really, really important for businesses that are really looking to go global from Nigeria, from Ekiti. It's really important for them to also leverage this change in leverage data in their business to drive the most change for them and for their business. And it's all encompassing. I'll start by defining data analytics, right? And this is just one definition. I know there are multiple definitions, but data analytics is refers to processes, to tools that is required to help you process, like a set of data, to process information to what is most important. So, for example, I see the data of maybe the population of students in primary school, right? So I have to get access to that data. Um, um, and looking at that data and maybe their performance in the last exam, looking at that data and maybe comparing that with the previous year or some data of their performance in the year before, I could maybe come up with an insight such as students in primary one tend students in primary one living in maybe Ekiti or Ado Ekiti, depending on what the studies carry out, are likely to struggle with mathematics. And here's why. Maybe there's a deficient, so maybe there's there's deficit in the number of math teachers you have in that region, or their math curriculum is not up to date. I mean, having access to the data of those student performance and maybe interpolating that with a couple of metrics would be helpful in determining, for example, how to answer questions such as how do we help grow the performance of the students? How do we help improve their performance specific to mathematics? Or how do we, maybe help them be much more excited about academics? For example, and I think another example is this. Data analytics also is, and I think it's back home, maybe to a family setting. Running a survey, for example, to understand why everyone loves mommy, right? So let's assume there's a family with 5 kids, and by running the survey with a set of questions, right, we're able to determine, I mean, it's an assumption to say, most people actually like mommy, right, in this family. We could understand what factors responsible for that excitement or for that love for mommy, right? Could it be because mommy is quite nice, she feeds everybody at the right time and all, but are there other areas? I think also similar to a business. This analytics is, where you look at your spreadsheet, your balance sheet, and understand, okay, what particular line of product is moving. So let's think of ShopRite as an example. Okay, ShopRite sells multiple products, from groceries to sanitary items to beverages to wines to toys and all, right? One of the things that analytics can help a store like ShopRite to do is to evaluate what product line moves the most, right? Also, they can also maybe answer questions like, at what point of the month this is say a spike in sale, but not just a spike in sale generally. They could even go as far as saying a spike in sales for specific category of products or for specific product lines, right? But they can even go further to say, okay, you know what? Now that we understand, there's a spike in product lines for this, but we want to understand why customers come back to buy this product, or what other products we can sell to customers that buy toys. So one of the things that data analytics can also help a business like ShopRite to do is to say, okay, now we have been seeing a lot of interest in sales of toys or in customers buying toys, right? And now we understanding the demography of the customers within that same bracket, like their age and gender, understanding where they are from, understanding what they've described themselves to be or to identify with, the religion or culture they've identified with, we have been able to say, I mean, we can come up, maybe we can come up with an assertion to say that um, to say that customers that buy toys are most likely to be interested in buying electronics. And then while customers are looking to shop for toys, we can then rearrange our store to have electronics maybe displayed around the same area, such that while they're shopping, they actually come across this product and they are likely to add it to cart during checkout. So this is how this actually comes in and comes in helpful. I'll go on to explain more. So the analytics and business analytics are very similar. I mean, one is just the processes involved in putting data together and interpreting and bringing in, like generating important insights from them. But then business analytics goes the extra mile and it's specific to business. Uses the data you already have access to. And by data, you have access to data from your POS system, your point of sale systems. You have data maybe from your social media pages. You have data maybe from your online advertising platform. You have maybe data from your website if you have one. All of these data, bringing them together and making sense, using that to make informed decisions as a business owner for where and how you can grow your business, or grow a particular line item as part of driving growth for you and for your stakeholders. I'll quickly breeze through this also. I'll talk briefly about the benefits of data analytics, right? So data analytics, I think one major benefit is revenue, right? With clear understanding and use of business analytics, you are likely to grow your revenue. A recent study by BARC found that businesses who are able to quantify their gains from analyzing data reports, I've been seen to grow by 8% on the average. I've seen 8% increase in their revenue. So these are businesses that have been succeeding, doing well. But I decided to spend a little more money, invest in data analysis, in trying to connect, what we describe as their first-party data, maybe it's their own sales data, their own internal data, maybe with some third-party data, being able to, use that to see, what other decisions can we make. This study say that if we've been able to see such businesses grow by as much as 8%, and they've also been able to reduce, costs of production by 10%, right? This is just some benefit, right? And I can maybe also tie this back to another storyline. You could, so already as let's say one of the persons we have on this call is a boutique owner based in Ajilosun, Ekiti, right? And this particular person, has a Facebook page, has an Instagram page, runs ads on Instagram, but also maybe advertises on Google, uses Google My Business, for example, to bring traffic into their store. But over and above that, they also have a website where users can see what they sell. Now, they have all of these touch points. Now, one of the things they could benefit from if they were tracking, users' interaction with all of those online platforms is to find which of those platforms, from a marketing point of view, works better, and then spend more on that platform, right? That's one. Two is using data. So, for example, if they had an e-commerce page, right, and this person has a boutique, they could identify that during year on year, during the rainy season, there's more demand for a particular line of product, which may not be top of mind. Interestingly, I know during the lockdown last year, there was people generally go to the supermarkets to shop for groceries, for food, right? But during that period, there was a spike. If you just go on Google Trends and check, there was a spike in demand for grocery products online. Now, if looking through that your boutique store online, you've been able to see that before then, before now, people usually shop for, maybe you have more women shopping for products. You also have men shopping for products, but the few men that come on your website after going through the first page almost exits immediately, right? You can then go further to infer as to the reason why they are exiting after entering, maybe after spending like 1 minute or 60 seconds or 30 seconds on your page, and why the women follow through. One of the reasons could be, okay, maybe you have your website displays a lot more feminine products, and when a man lands, or a male customer lands on your website, they are met with like a plethora of female products. Maybe that clouds their thoughts and makes them think, oh, this is maybe a stuff for female. That could be a thing. That could be one of the insights that generate from there. And then you can use that insight to maybe redesign the website and position yourself more to male customers, or even sell to more male customers. Another way again to look at this is your offline data. So you are still this boutique store, but in your offline shop, you have more men coming in to buy from you than women, right? Or you have more students coming to buy from you in your physical store. But online, you see more married people, coming to buy from you. One of the insights you can take away from there is, would it make more sense to find a way to ensure that my online audience, my site is optimized very well for students, so they can also come online? Or is there a need to maybe invest online to drive more traffic? So and that could be an offshoot of maybe another data point. So maybe another point says that the cost of acquiring a customer offline maybe is 100 naira, but of acquiring a customer online is 50 naira, right? And you see that a lot of the customers are coming offline, but you're spending a lot to bring them in, right? And you've identified that online it could help you reduce your cost. Maybe it's understanding the behavior of those customers that come offline, and understanding which online channels can reach them, and how can you then use online and spend that your 15 naira online and reach the same amount of customers, same set of customers. I think the last bit around growing revenue is you have customers coming to your store online. With data, you can understand their behavior, use some of those data to help all of your online platforms to reach customers like this same set of customers, right? Most advertising platforms like Google and Facebook have this feature, such as customer match, where you can connect, based on the behaviors of customers that you have online, or based on the information you have, you can use that to reach customers that are very, very similar to them, that behave in similar, have similar online behavior as those customers. So yeah, that's just one piece of how your business analytics actually help you grow your revenue as a business. The second piece is around improving operational efficiency. A report by KPMG found that many firms are now using predictive analytics to anticipate, maintenance and operational issues, even before they become larger problems. So predictive analysis, which I will get to in a bit, would be you leveraging data you already have from the past and using that to extrapolate, what the trend will look like in future. So, for example, maybe over time you've been seeing that you've been getting a lot of Christian female customers between the ages of 18 and 24 buying from you, right? And every year that is growing by 2%. You can then do an extrapolation to say that, in 5 years' time, that number would have grown to maybe a million. And then you can go back to your stakeholders and your investors to say, guys, you know what? We need investment. We need to invest in infrastructure. We need to prepare for this period because period is coming. So by year 3, in the next 3 years, we should be ready to have a store that can fully satisfy the needs of customers that we are likely to get by year 2025. That's also another way that data helps to improve your operational efficiency. Another way again is, you're a store owner, right? A particular line of product has been going out really fast. Using data, you can understand the sort of lookalike product that you can also position. You can understand which product line item to stop investing in. You can also identify, the reason, right, why people prefer a particular product, and if there is if your company was like a CHI that has a farm and maybe raises chicken and everything, with data, you can go back and say, you know what, we've made you goats, but we see that there's demand for something to take you goats with, right? what other processes do we have? Do we have like a poultry that can produce, something that is snackable that other people can eat with their yogurt, and that's for you, it's another line of business. But this is you improving on your current processes and making clear decisions that's helping you to drive business good for you. I think another final area around it is improving customer experience. So one of the things data could help you get is understand, I'm trying to be conscious of time. I'm 29 minutes in, so I'm just going to rush through. Also understand, say, the experience of your customers in store. So you could run surveys to see what your customers enjoy so much. For example, you may have been investing so much in buying more chairs. Meanwhile, your customers just like coming to your space, stand and maybe enjoy the ambience. Maybe your customers, for example, enjoy the artwork you have, the entire aesthetics you have in your space. If that's the thing, run the survey. That data will definitely help to really inform the direction to which you should invest, and overall growing how much people enjoy the experience they have inside of your store. And this applies in every facet: online, offline, in finance, in every other area. I think the final piece around the benefit of business analytics is in making informed decisions, right? So with data, for example, you can do an A/B test. You can say, what, I'm planning to launch a product, maybe a new product, say maybe a business card A and a business card B, right? And the difference between business card A and business card B, maybe is the thickness, for example. And then you could decide to run an A/B test, get feedback from your customers around, okay, what they think, their passion of the product. And using that sort of testing model, you can use that to inform your decisions around, the design of the product, which areas to invest more in, if it makes sense to discontinue a particular line of cards and focus more on different line of cards. These are the sort of things that business analytics can actually help you do. Another example that is described on that making informed decisions is the case of Uber that used data. Recently, according to a study, Uber used data to improve the speed and accuracy to which they respond to support tickets from like drivers and from customers. So as opposed to taking time to say, okay, why did you cancel this ride? What's the problem? They're able to aggregate all the data of different customers, identify that, okay, a lot of customers actually say that this ride was cancelled because the driver decided to cancel by himself, or because it's far away, or because he's making ridiculous demand, such as cash trip or card trip. So these are sort of things that data actually helps you do. There are three primary methods using business analytics. One is descriptive, second is predictive, and prescriptive. I'll breeze through them, right? All of these are things you should actually take in a very, very long session. So I'm just going to breeze through them quickly so we have enough time for questions. So descriptive data would be you interpreting historical data and using that to identify trends and patterns. So for example, me looking at how do patients, how has the behavior of patients suffering from malaria in Nigeria, how has it evolved since 2018 till now, right? How has it evolved? As symptoms increased, right? As the kind of drug they take increase, as the milligram of, like the drug content had to grow over time, based on the way it's been taken and all of that. So it's basically using the historical data of these people's behavior to say, what, guys, this is how people have been behaving, and this basically tells us that maybe we should be thinking of creating a new drug for malaria, or maybe we've actually defeated malaria completely in Nigeria, and we no longer need to invest in malaria anymore. So for me, that's one of the things that the descriptive method in business analytics can actually help you do. Allows you, just from the word described, helps you to look at historical data, interpret it, and identify the trends and pattern. So also another pattern could be with data, you need to see that between January and December of every year, it's usually rain in May, right? And even though climate is changing, it is still between May and June. That's something that data sort of helps. Those are basic things, but this can be really, really, really like deep when applied to business. So I'll just think of one quick example from a business point of view. Um, so descriptive data is you looking at your trend, maybe since the beginning of this year up until now, for like your advertisement on social media, and saying, looking at the way people actually click on posts that have green color and posts that have red color. It seems that people like our assist our brand more with red color. So maybe we should, do more when it comes to our creatives, like do more creative with red inside of it. The second piece around methods in business analytics is predictive, right? And predictive is forecasting. So using existing data or using models to predict, what's likely to change in the future, right? So basically using statistics, measure of central tendency, bias theorem, and a bunch of other rules to determine and forecast what future outcomes could look like, right? Maybe using a regression model, for example, to determine, okay, you know what, in previous years we've been seeing our sales grow by 5%, but with COVID happening, we know that we'll be seeing about 10%, or maybe if even grow up to 50% in 5 years' time. So it's making predictions, but using data to make predictions. And that's another interesting thing that you can do as a data analyst. The last one is in prescription, similar to drugs, right? Which is basically the application of testing and other techniques to determine which outcome will lead the best result in a given scenario. An example is A/B testing. And you can spend some time reading about this after now. So let's say you're a developer and you work for a company, and you've been doing this website, but then when you launched it, it didn't go so well. As opposed to launching it and getting feedback around, the fact that customers don't like it, or the color choices were not so great, or maybe it was too text heavy and all of that. The team could have decided, to do an A/B test, build a website with fewer colors and maybe fewer tests, and another website with more colors and maybe a lot of tests, a lot of text, and then share this to maybe select a controlled group and let them go through it as A/B. So segment A is A, another segment B, and segment A and B provide feedback around what they think around the product, right? That could really inform and reduce the resources you have spent releasing that initial website before understanding what consumers' behavior are, or feedback are on that particular website, before building a new one, or like building a new product. You could have just built like the barest minimum, or a sketch, or a wireframe of each of these products, and gotten the most from that point of view of how useful this is to customers, and which of the products is likely to fly and convert the most customers. Moving on quickly, I think usually whenever I run a session like this, because it's not a data analytics training, it's just an expository around what data can do for you, right? If you're able to leverage its powers. One advice I always go back to tell people is, if right now you don't have any data analytics in your company, for whatever tools you have, make sure you're just collecting data, provided it is legally allowed, right? Any data that does not, infringe on people's rights, on their personal PIs, so personally identifiable information. I would definitely want to encourage you as a business owner, collect the data, because a day will come where you would, be able to pay somebody, or just get a consultant just come in and help you analyze the data, make sense of the data. That day you would see areas that could really be impacting your growth as a business, areas that you could just put a little bit of energy into and would drive the most growth for you as a business. You could easily uncover very, 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 very sweet and important insight into how your customers behave and how you can actually grow and scale as a business owner. So if to take out from today's session, or there's one thing I want you to really take away from today's session, is now and going forward, spend more time collecting data. So before I just go on to questions, I want to go back to the case of our CEO of Ekiti, right? With all the questions he had, he could understand who his customers are if he had, data around, like maybe what their names are, where they live, their gender, demography, and a data analyst can come in and say, you know what, you have more female, right, who love your brand. Maybe you should invest in that category. Oh, you know what, mothers, female who have kids, are likely interested in your brand. So maybe you should find ways to create very carefully and beautifully tailored messages that appeals to that particular audience. So those are some of the questions that I could actually answer. I think another piece to it is with data, you could also understand, the language, right? So if, for example, you've been writing your ads maybe in English, and you found out tomorrow that a lot of your customers actually speak pidgin, and they can barely read, right? It might make more sense to spend your money or build your creative using the local language. I've seen some really nice ads whenever I travel around Nigeria, like to other part of the southwest, in Yoruba and all of that. And for me, so this is usually very helpful, and this just goes way and above, the banner ads we all see out there. It's you also inculcating it in the culture of the company, making this part and parcel. So if your customers are predominantly Yoruba speakers, how do you make your space, your business, much more appealing to that segment of audience? Okay, so another question that we had on the screen here for the CEO of Ekiti Mall, our fictitious CEO, was where are they visiting from? Maybe looking at his data, he could then find out that a lot of his customers have said they come all the way from Uroko, and he is in Ado, Fajri, right? And because of the distance, they tend to only come on Saturdays, right? But each time they come on Saturday, they buy a whole lot more. And when you ran a survey, you found out that a lot of them are actually willing to buy every day. There are other items they actually need, but they usually decide to buy the other items at nearby stores during the week in Morocco. But then during the weekends, they come down to Ado Town, in Fajri, to buy like the biggest, like to do their massive shopping, right? One of the insights you could take from there, and one of the decisions you could take from there, would be, okay, maybe would it be a good idea to have a mini store in Iwuroko so that our customers in Iwuroko can easily come in and buy from us, right? So they don't need to come to Ado again. So this way we are actually, keeping this customer base. And if over time we don't see a lot of, opportunities in Fajri, either we downsize that area, or we, maybe move or close down that location and open in other locations where there is likelihood of driving more revenue. Anyway, so this for me was what I was looking to talk about today. I hope everybody has been sleeping like the man in the video, or in my GIF, but I would like to take questions right now. Thank you very much for your time, and thanks for listening.
Wow, that was really, really amazing. Guys, let's drop a comment in this comment section. Let's drop our favorite emoji in the comment section to appreciate our speaker. Well, a lot of people have been enjoying it. So, guys, if you have any question, please drop your questions in the comments. I can see engineer Oni Olua Femi says investing in infrastructure. Good point. So they are just kind of hailing you for those good points. Busui says, I'm happy this is happening in Ekiti. Digital revolution. Yeah, that's good. People are saying, Florence says, good job. Okay, I have, okay, not a question. It says, where yeah, Joker says, leverage the power of data for business growth is very huge to boost process, cost efficiency, business-driven strategy, change, monitor, and improve financial performance. That's absolutely right. And okay, so people are dropping their favorite emoji. If you have questions, guys, drop your questions in the comment section. So Solomon, so a quick one, you might want to drop maybe like some tools. And what's the best tool? I know you work with Google, but what is the best tool when it comes to data analysis, right? So someone to especially measure, data using his or her website. What is the best tool that you would recommend? Okay.
Sorry, I was muted earlier.
Okay, no.
Thank you. Yeah, so I've spoken generally around collecting all data, right?
Yeah.
But if you're looking to measure traffic on your website and all, Google Analytics is a very, very good tool. And there are a lot of help content online on YouTube. There is Google Analytics Academy. There is Skillshare that provides a lot of courses around analytics and how to think through making the most of data for your business, right?
Yeah.
On social media, I know there is Facebook Pixel, and there are tools around that also for tracking and measuring, for measuring interaction with your social media pages. And there are, I mean, in fact, if you just search online for tools for measuring maybe clicks, impressions, hashtags, there are tools around that also. That's from a social point of view. But over and above this, I think one thing I've been trying to really, really emphasize on is analytics, data analytics is super important. You can't it's for you as a business owner or as someone who works with an organization, it's an area that can help you grow, can help you, improve your efficiency, improve like your business processes basically in different areas, right? So if at the moment you don't have the resources, leverage on the
Yeah.
free tools that exist. Google Analytics. If you are a supermarket, get the POS systems. And if you don't have money to buy like the physical big hardware because they're expensive, there are apps, apps like Loivas and Co. that you can actually use to track. I think there's Get Bumper also, which is by a Nigerian developer. So there are tools like this that you can definitely use to keep track of sales, keep track of your processes. And
Yeah.
all it takes is to get one data analyst one day to help you look at the data, and you'll be so surprised as to the impact that analysis would have on your business. So for me, I think it's important to collect data right now if you don't have the money to analyze it. But if you have a little bit, follow Avinash Kaushik's rule in my first few slides. Invest more in people.
Yeah.
Get
90,
somebody.
90-10 rule.
Yeah, the 90-10 rule. Get someone to actually help you analyze your data, because it will be it could be very, very, it could be an eye opener when you see what you'll be missing out on from a marketing or sales point of view, by not analyzing the data you currently have access to.
So thank you so much. So who are those people that with that are professionals in data analysis? For example, I own a small business and I use websites, use it to track data. Do I necessarily have to get a professional, so to say, to come and analyze my data before I can say that this actually are the data that work for me?
Thank you very much, Shola.
Mm.
So for a small business, I can understand the resource constraints, maybe to recruit somebody. But if you
Yeah.
have the resources, I'll still take you back to Avinash's rule. Get somebody to
Mm.
analyze data for you, because it could save
Yeah.
you a ton of money and a ton of time, right? Also, it can help improve your business processes. Now, if you don't have the money, maybe you won't spend the time reading and learning more, right? And there are a lot of courses. You can take courses on data analytics and just start the basic ones, right? You could just put your data on the spreadsheets and start, building charts, cleaning up the data. So, for example, it's your sales data, and already you have a column with like your margin and your revenue and your profit. You could try to do quick analysis around which of your products generates the most profit, which has been dropping, which of the products profit has been dropping over time. What can you do more? Is there a particular product line that has a lot of demand but the margin is quite low? What can you do to find maybe similar products, or to also like to maybe understand like the factors guiding the buying decision around that particular product, and the decisions that you can take off based on what that data is telling you to do. So it could be investing in a similar product. So for example, I'm just saying maybe cornflakes seen a lot of a lot of interest in your store, and you've been selling Kellogg's before now. Now with the demand you've been seeing, you're trying to see how you can reach some other segment. So look at your data, you've seen that people that can spend up to 20,000 naira per month in your store,
Mm-hmm.
buy Kellogg's. But people that spend lower than that amount, or maybe 5,000 naira per month in your store, do not usually cannot usually afford Kellogg's. Maybe that is them informing you to say, you know what about getting other local brands, other cheaper brands, maybe like Nasco and so, to say, you know what, let's have this in our store and see me this newer set of customers, right? And constantly engage with them. I think the final piece, and I know I'm taking too much time on this piece,
Yeah,
is
we'll have to round up right now.
okay. I'll just pause at that. That's fine.
Okay. No, you just conclude your thoughts. All right.
Okay. I think the last piece is for businesses that are predominantly online, on social or with website and all. Right. One thing that could be useful is understanding people's behavior on your website. So Google Analytics is a powerful tool, right? That you can also use to measure like people's buying or conversion journey on your website. So using Google Analytics as an example, you could understand, you know, what number of visitors come to your website, how many of them eventually buys a product and pays for it. Okay, that's fine. Now you know who buys, how many people buys. But then you could even go as far as understanding what affects, like, why are they not buying? Why do I have 1,000 people on my website and only 5 people buying? Is it because of the user experience? Is it that my checkout page is quite long? Is it that my product is not very visible when they are on the page? You know, there are a lot of metrics. You know, the tool like Google Analytics, I can even help you, you know, double click into users' behavior on that website to understand, you know, what's guiding their journey and why are they either purchasing less or purchasing more, and what can I do to either improve that process or even you know, invest more in that process.
All right. Thank you so much, Solomon. You know, one of the things that actually helped us with this summit is actually the data that you really talked about. We actually embedded Google Analytics on our website, and we're looking at where are people actually coming from. You know, what location should we target the more, like you said earlier, and it helped. But one of the key major things that I learned today is that we should get someone to help us analyze our data following the 90-10 rule. And I'm so happy. Thank you so much for your time. And we hope that next time we will call you, Solomon, you're going to answer us. We know you are very busy as a Google man, but thank you so much and have a nice time. See you on the other side.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, bye. All right, guys. So right now we have our Excellency. She's right here with us. You always know that our Excellency is a disciplinarian. She always keeps to time. And so soon, now, I'm going to bring her on board. But before I bring her on board, I would like to thank every one of you, and also to please share this, the link to all of your friends so that they can join us live right now as we are about to have Excellency. As I bring her Excellency, this is our Excellency. Come on, everybody, let's jam hands together for her. Drop your favorite emoji in the comment section, welcoming our Excellency. Drop your favorite emoji. Everyone, drop your favorite emoji. Amazing. You're so welcome. Hello, Ma. We can hear you loud.
Okay?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear, Ma. We can hear you loud and clear. So I'll quickly read our Excellency's profile before we bring her on board. And I hope that you guys, if you have any question, like we always say, please prepare your questions on ground so that when it's time for you to ask our Excellency questions, you can do that. You know. So meet our Excellency BC Adele Fayemi. Our Excellency Erelu BC Adele Fayemi is a feminist activist, gender and development specialist, policy advocate, social sector expert, and writer. She has a BA 1984 and MA 1988 in history from the University of Ife, Nigeria, now Obafemi Awolowo University. She also received an MA in gender and society 1992 from Middlesex University, UK. She has a PhD honoris causa in sociology from Tai Solarin University of Education in 2014. She served as the director of Akina Mamawa Africa, an international development organization for African women based in London, UK, with an Africa regional office in Kampala, Uganda, from 1991 to 2001. While she was the director of AWA, she established the African Women's Leadership Institute, AWLI, a training and networking forum for young African women, which has produced well over 6,000 women leaders across Africa. She co-founded the African Women's Development Fund, AWDF, the first Africa-wide grant-making foundation for women, for women's organization based in Ghana, and served as the first CEO from 2001 to 2010. AWF has supported thousands of women's rights organizations in 42 African countries with millions of dollars in grants. She is currently CEO Above Whispers Media Group, specializing in leadership development for women, and she runs an online community called AboveWhispers.com. She also recently set up the Rapper Network, an online mentoring and support program for young women. She served as a UN Women Nigeria Senior Advisor 2017 to 2018, and is currently a visiting senior research fellow at the African Leadership Center, King's College, London. WBC Fayemi led the campaign in Ekiti State to enact a gender-based violence prohibition law, GBV Law 2011, revised in October 2019, an Equal Opportunities Bill 2013, a HIV Anti-Stigma Bill 2014, and a Treatment, Care and Protection Bill for Sexually Abused Minors 2020. She serves on the executive board of the African Women's Leadership Fund and also on the Government Council of Elizabeth University, Nigeria. She's currently the chair of the Ekiti State GBV Management Committee, as well as chair of the Ekiti State AIDS Control Agency. She is chair Nigerian Governors' Wives Against Gender-Based Violence. Her Excellency is the author of Speaking for Myself, Perspective on Social, Political, Feminist Activism in Africa, 2013, Speaking Above Whisper, 2013, an autobiography, Loud Whispers, 2017, and Where is Your Rapper, 2020. She also co-edited Voice, Power and Soul with Jessica Horn, 2008, a compilation of images and story of African feminists. Thank you so much. And that is our Excellency's profile, and she's here live with us to speak on the topic, empowering women in the digital age. Thank you so much for coming, Ma. Before I bring you on board, I just want to tell that people have been really anticipating this particular session. We did a survey and we asked, which session are you looking forward to? And so many people are saying, we want to meet Our Excellency. And, so many of your mentees are actually looking forward to having this session. And after this session, where, we partner with a women-led organization, empowering women in digital skills. So after your session, we are moving to that session. You're welcome, Ma, and you have the floor, Ma. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation.
Thank you very much, Shola. It's really great to be here. Thank you for inviting me. I could see from the latest flyer that I seem to have been promoted, because when you invited me to take part in this program, you asked me to come and be a guest speaker to talk about empowering women in the digital age. But when I got the latest information, I saw that I'm chair of the Ekiti Digital Summit. So thank you for promoting me. I am really delighted to be here. And I really appreciate the opportunity to be part of this very important conversation, because not all the time that we have to look at with regards to sustainable development and the digital age. And particularly for us in Ekiti State, where we are trying to do a whole number of things to put our state on the map. One way in which we can ensure that we leapfrog in terms of advanced rights is to invest in any way we can, all of us, in exploring as many opportunities as possible in the digital space. So now I tell people that I sent my email in 1995, and the reason I was able to do that was we were preparing for the UN conference in August 1995. The only way we could register the NGO forum in Beijing as well as the official conference was to do so online, and none of us had any idea how to do it. I was based in London. I thought if I was based, where in Nigeria or Ghana, and as always, the ones to know what's going on in the world. I was based in London. In the UK at the time, there was only one women's organization who was working in the city area, and there was a women's organization called GreenNet. So GreenNet had to go round from place to office, from place to place. All of us in the UK who were planning to register for the Beijing conference, they were going around our offices to open email accounts for us to get us online. And it opened up a whole new world for all of us. I know it will probably sound pretty strange to those of you who started sending emails on the time you were maybe 8 years old. But for people in my generation, the digital space is something that we started to explore when we were much older than a lot of you were. So I think we've had the opportunity to see what advantages there are and what new ways we need to continue to explore, as well as some of the pitfalls which I will address later on. So now, with regards to talking specifically about empowering women in the digital age, new digital tools are empowering and can serve to support inclusive global economic growth. To seize this opportunity, however, it is essential that no one, especially women, is held back in trying to achieve their aspirations. Now is the time to step up efforts and take advantage of the digital age to ensure that it can bring opportunities for women and a chance to build a more sustainable community. Now, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, known as OECD, conducted some research a while ago. And according to their findings, today around the world, there are 250 million fewer women than men online. 250 million. And this is experienced mostly in developing countries, and particularly in sub-Saharan Africa. However, this is not exclusive to developing countries. Even in developed countries, women continue to experience the digital gender divide, with a systematic underrepresentation in ICT jobs and top management careers in ICTs. Women worldwide are 20% less likely to hold a senior leadership position in the mobile communications industry, and they make up only 8% of investing partners at the top 100 venture capital firms, many of whom are investing in digital spaces. In addition to that, some of the other findings from the OECD research point to the fact that there is still a gender gap in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, usually known as STEM. And girls are usually not encouraged to study these subjects. Consequently, it shouldn't come to us as a surprise that women account for only 20% of tertiary graduates in ICT fields. And even when girls do study STEM subjects, they face a glass ceiling which prevents them from holding senior positions. And if you consider a situation in Nigeria with so many children out of school, at least 15 million at the last count, and 60% of that number, 60% of 15 million are girls. So that is a pointer to us that it will take a long time to close that gap. Another of the from the OECD research is that, and this shouldn't come as any surprise, is that software development is still a mostly male-dominated club. Over the past 5 years, almost 90% of downloads packages were authored by men. And this is rather worrying given the importance of big data analytics to the digital economy. And listening to the last speaker, that really brought it home. Now, like with all male-dominated structures and systems, a gender gap will continue in the digital space if we do not make a concerted effort to close these gaps. I'm sure this summit will conclude that we need a digitally savvy workforce across sectors led by young people. We, however, need people trained in these skills to respond to the demand that will continue to emerge. If women are not a part of the supply chain, the opportunities for inclusion will be missed. There are, however, a number of opportunities for women that have emerged and some trends that we have noted, and these need to be explored and scaled up. First of all, there is the area of skills acquisition. The digital economy presents an opportunity for women to acquire skills that can make them marketable and in high demand across private, public, and social sectors. Skills ranging from coding to software design to digital project management, data analytics, multimedia production, website development to online learning, online marketing, and so many others are areas where women can build careers and can grow, and they can have as many opportunities as they would wish for if they can invest in just one or two of these areas. So I advise that young women should try and show an interest in one or two of these areas. And once you've done that, become an expert in that field, become the go-to person that everyone would call on in the area you've chosen. Another area we've noticed that presents an opportunity for women that women are taking a lot of advantage of is in entrepreneurship development. In these days, with the fallout of COVID-19, entrepreneurs are going to be heavily reliant on the use of ICTs. Women will be able to scale up their enterprises if given access and training in appropriate digital tools. There are currently many women in Nigeria, mostly young women, running thriving businesses online in fashion, food, makeup, and agribusiness. Women entrepreneurs in grassroots local communities are also not left out because they've been able to take advantage of digital applications to stay engaged with their customers. So if you're a young female entrepreneur, you need to continue to invest in this space. And I know this because I'm a regular customer of a lot of young women who have really nice businesses online. There's also the issue of access to resources, particularly financial resources. Digital applications have been made accessible to millions of women, especially in grassroots communities, for them to access resources such as conditional cash transfers, business grants, grants for the elderly people, as we've seen in Ekiti State, maternal health care information, and other opportunities. These are tools our government should continue to take advantage of as a way of delivering social investment programs in a transparent and accountable manner. Another opportunity that presents itself for women that we need to continue to take advantage of is in the area of amplifying voices. The digital age has facilitated the amplification of women's voices in significant ways. Social movements around women's rights, sexual and gender-based violence, youth movements, peace networks, and so on, are all ways in which women have exercised agency and mobilized for change using digital tools. This is what inspired me, for example, to get involved in creating a website and online community for learning, sharing, and mentoring. In addition to Above Whispers, which has been spoken about, I also started the Rapper Network, which is an online information mentoring, and enterprise development platform for young women. And then we also have the area of community building. Digital tools have played a key role in community building. With the rise in social networking sites that we are all familiar with, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and so on, applications such as WhatsApp and Telegram, in addition, people find common interests in these places. And women in particular are able to take advantage of this to share their views and concerns. It also facilitates the creation of networks that can provide the basis for community development, such as alumni associations, town associations, family gatherings, and so on. There is a limitless amount of social and political capital that can be earned from the use of these opportunities. I have just come from a reunion global conference of my old school, Abelta Girls Grammar School. We celebrated our 65th anniversary last year. We couldn't do it because we couldn't converge at the school as we had planned because of COVID-19, but we were able to do so this year. And the only way we've been able to locate ourselves as old girls of the school is via online platforms, particularly WhatsApp. Otherwise, how can you find people who you've not seen for over 40 years? These are ways in which we need to continue to build on so that we can continue to support our communities. In finding each other and coming together, we've been able to do a lot of things for our old school. So in terms of moving all these ideas forward, I believe, first of all, that national and state policies on media and niceties and the digital space should be as gender inclusive as possible in order to bridge the knowledge and opportunity gaps. Second, I believe that digital tools, however we define them, whether they are mobile devices, applications, laptops, Bluetooth devices, smartwatches, and so on, all need to be more affordable, functional, and accessible. And I hope that telecommunications companies in particular can be encouraged to keep their services as accessible and as affordable as possible. We also need to continue to encourage STEM in schools for girls. The teaching of science and technology, engineering, and mathematics is extremely important. We have to ensure that our girls have a good grounding in all these subjects because it will open up lifelong opportunities for them. I am also a strong advocate for a niceties lab or its equivalent in every school where young people, male and female, can learn and explore the world that they live in. Every local government should have an ICT hub where young people can use and learn relevant tools. I know some people will say when young people converge in ICT spaces, the first thing they want to do is learn how to do Yahoo. I think that we should try and give our young people some credit. If they have good mentors, role models, and the proper guidance, whatever skills they use for their so-called Yahoo can be redirected into something more appropriate, more useful, and things that don't get them in trouble. I think that we need to continue to make more investments to enable women take more advantage of the use of ICTs for enterprise development. As I said, it's an opportunity out there. A lot of women have taken advantage of it, but we need to invest more to ensure that more people can benefit. Now, last but not least, we cannot talk about empowering women in the digital space without a mention of those things that might disempower them. We need more awareness raising of the dangers of social media and how it is creating huge security risks for women in particular, with the kidnapping and pornography and sexual violence and all those things out there, which have serious implications for the well-being, self-esteem, confidence, and mental health of people, especially women. We need to use these tools, these spaces with care, because a lot of lives have been ruined. And we know that these tools and these spaces have the capacity to transform lives. In fact, that's what they exist for, to transform lives, to transform communities, to enable us leapfrog in our development strides. So let us continue to invest as much as we can with whatever platforms we occupy in the use of these spaces, acquire all the knowledge that we can, and let all those who are in a position to do so continue to help people to get the best out of the digital age. So once again, thank you very much for inviting me to speak with you today. And I look forward to working with all of you on the outcomes of this summit. I promise to continue to do whatever I can in the support of the aims and objectives of this convening. So thank you very much, and God bless you.
Amen. Thank you so much, Ma. That was so profound. I had to be writing a lot of things down here, and our content team are already working, to gather all the content. Thank you so much, Ma.
I will send you my remarks. I'll send them to you.
Wow, thank you so much, Ma. Thank you. That's well appreciated. Ma, before you go, we know that you are very, very busy. We just want to use this opportunity to really thank you for making out time, because we know you are a lover of the young people, especially women, and that is why you decided to make up time out of your busy schedule to be with us today. I never knew that Our Excellency will be will be speaking with us, but here she is, So, and everybody is actually appreciating you. They are saying, "God bless you, Ma." You can see some of them in the screen say, "Thank you, Ma," and "God bless you." And we believe that, because anytime you say something, you always work on it, and some of the recommendations that you already put suggested, we hope that you help us to push it out there so that it will be implemented. Like someone was commenting here, okay, Bimbo Rosemary say, "Please help us to raise it, Ma." We need good laboratory in our schools, and I believe she's probably talking about the ICT hub that you mentioned. So not to take your time, we just want to appreciate you. I don't know if we should entertain question, but I know that you are about to leave, so we should just allow you to leave, Ma. Thank you so much,
No,
Ma.
that's okay. If you have questions, that's okay.
Oh, okay, great. Please, if you have any question, simply drop it very fast. We don't have a lot of time. Okay, so simply drop your questions. Okay, Ezimo Gabriel say, "Ma, if the school in the state can get a good framework and come up with the ICT lab, we will be potent. We will be a potent force to reckon with." Okay, that's not a question. All right. I don't think anybody has questions right now. So maybe we'll just allow you to go, Ma. Thank you so much, Ma, for your time. We really appreciate it. And God bless you so much, Ma.
Thank you so much, Shola. It's been nice talking to you all. God bless you.
Amen. All right, Ma. Okay, guys. So that was Our Excellency Erelu BC Adele Fahimi. And you know that she's always so resourceful. She talked about a lot of things, and thank God that she said she was going to send the presentation to us. She's always so resourceful, and she mentioned the fact that all the things that she's working on, and I can attest to that. The rapper network, there was a particular lady, her name is okay, don't let me mention her name. All right, this lady actually, there was supposed to be a training, right, for guys on I think on shoemaking and all that. So she decided to volunteer to be a trainer, with those people. And then after Her Excellency learned about this particular lady, she decided to call her to meet her. And then after meeting her, do you know that within some days, this lady, because she's my friend, and within some days, this lady was called upon by the BBC for interview, and she was interviewed. And today now she's really doing amazingly well. That is the power of being in that network. And I can see if you are in that network, somebody mentioned the other time that she's part of the rapper network. If you are a part of that rapper network, can you drop a comment in this comment section? Let us acknowledge you. But then that is one. And she also mentioned the fact that, aside the rapper network, she has a website. Everybody knows about that website. I usually go to to read blog posts, on that website, which is Above Whispers, right? Above Whispers, and a lot of things like that she mentioned. And I also, kind of she talked about some recommendation like STEM education should be, encouraged in all schools, especially for girls. Yeah, especially for girls, because like you said, that most of the ICT jobs that we have is usually male dominated. But how can we, encourage girls to be part of all of this development? And that is why she's encouraging that we have, we encourage STEM education. And she also mentioned ICT lab in every school. Very important. In fact, that is a key thing that we're going to add in our communique by the time we develop our communique. All right. So a lot of things actually that she mentioned. So thank you so much once again to our Excellency in Assumption. We just want to say thank you so much, Ma. Guys, so immediately after this session, one of the things that we want to do at this summit is to encourage girls, especially, right, women, to go into the ICT world, or what we call the digital world. And immediately, after this session, that is coming up in 40 minutes time, by 5 p.m., we are going to have a training by Impact Her, a women-focused organization, to train you on how to set up your Google My Business account. Now, let me tell you the importance of Google My Business account, all right? Okay. Rosemary said, can you drop our website here for us? Yes, please check we sent a profile in the Telegram community that you are in, which consists of about 2,000 and more than 2,000 people. But let me try to write the website in this, let me just write the website. Okay, so that's it, abovewhispers.com. Let me also write it in the screen so that you can see it, okay? All right, so that is the website that you are seeing on your screen, abovewhispers.com, all right? The website is loaded with a lot of information from our able leader at Excellency, okay? You can go there and check up the website. I can see some of you guys saying you belong to the Rapper Network. Let me click and show some of you. All right, Fajan Bola Azizat says I'm part of the Rapper Network. Okay, that is great. Wow, our own Jessica Olori too says she's a member of the Rapper Network. All right, so no wonder you've been really, really amazing in our team, Jessica. That is amazing. That is amazing. All right, so now let me quickly, that is the website on your screen. You can screenshot it, or you can visit the Telegram community later on to click on it and visit the link. All right, the importance of Google My Business. Now, we've been opportunity to set up Google My Business for a lot of people, especially myself and some team here in Ekiti State. And one particular guy that Google My Business account was set up for, he is into all this solar technology. And do you know that after setting up his account, somebody was looking to partner with someone in Nigeria, and then this guy was contacted, right? This guy was contacted, and how did they find him? They found him through Google My Business, and they contacted him, and he became a major partner with that international organization. So that is one, right? That is one of the ways by which Google My Business, it can give you the visibility that you so much desire. All right, and then aside that, there's a particular even my own business, I've been helped by Google My Business. A lot of people got to learn about us from the things that we do, all right, from Google My Business account. And you can get a lot of support, maybe you can get reviews, right, from Google My Business, and a lot of things like that. Don't let me tell you all the things so that it's not as if I'm repeating the lecture that you're going to have later on. But there are a lot of benefit to Google My Business. Do you know that if you don't have a website, right? If you don't have a website as a business, do you know that Google My Business can give you a free website? You can create a free website with Google My Business. Yeah, That is true, because these are some of the things that Google My Business provide to you. So guys, I will not want to take too much of your time, so that you can join the Google My Business class later on. Okay, but I was actually so thrilled by that profound, presentation by our Excellency, and also want to use this opportunity to thank Solomon for that great presentation. I can see all of your comments. Thank you so much for that great presentation. It was super amazing. All right. Okay, business is asking, please, those of us that don't have link to that doesn't able to get the link to registrations, I guess, and please, can you, now this is it. According to the Google Digital Skills Trainer, you must be live to get the certificate registration link. Okay, so ensure that you are live again to get that registration certificate, because if you are not live, there's no way you can get the certificate. All right, so make sure that you are live to get your certificate. Yeah, Okunwade Manuel says above whispers.com. Yeah, that is the website. All right, so we are going to go to another session pretty soon. I've shared the link in the Telegram community, but then I will also share it again so that you can see the link. But I want to use this opportunity to thank all our volunteers once again for the great work that they have been doing, and especially our team leads, right? And all the volunteers. So, for example, let me show you some of our team members, right? These are some of our team members. We have myself here, but before that, we have Abidin Olasupo. You can click on this to see their profile. We have Abidin Olasupo. We have myself over there. We have Jessica Olori, right? Which she's heading the logistic team. We have Ola Moses, head of social media, and then we have Kayode Onyilola Kayode, the head of graphic design. We have Tope Akintayo, who is the head of content development, and we have Oluwadara Okunade, who is the head of web design and development. These are the amazing guys that have been helping to ensure that this event is highly successful. Oh, sorry, I'm still having something on the screen. Let me remove that so that you can see them. So that the person that you are seeing at your right hand side is Okunade Oluwadara. We have Tope Akintayo and we have Kayode Oyinlola. And aside that, we also have these people that I mentioned earlier. We have Jessica Olori, the head of logistics. We have Ola Moses, the head of social media. And of course, myself, my handsome myself. All right. We have myself there. And then we have Abidin Olasupo. Not only that, we also have some amazing volunteers that have made this work to be also successful. People who have been so active, right? They have been very, very active. And I want you guys to help me appreciate all of them, all right? Help me appreciate all of them. And let me start by showing you some of their faces, okay? Okay, great. So we have these guys. They've been doing amazingly well. Let me start from the beginning. We have Abodurin Precious. We have Victor Daniel. We have Kolawole Adedamola. We have Adeleye Olamide. We have Isesele Janet. We have Stephen Adewu. We have Christiana Bamigoye. We have Akin Yemi Okayemi. And we have Olori Rachel. We have Ogunjobi Michael. We have Olubumi Iyanolua, Abiodun Ezekiel. We have Ayomide Olanipekun. Excuse me. We have Olatunji Oluwayomi. Sorry, just a minute. We have Blessing Abodurin, and we have Taiwo Alabi. These are the great guys that have been working behind the scene to ensure that this summit is successful. Then we have some of our partners that I would like to mention their names. We must not but mention them. Some of our partners. Number one, we have, in fact, that's the first person, that's the first partner that came on board, right? and they decided to say, oh yeah, we would like to be part of this great stuff that you're doing. And the first partner is we have, anyway, this is not the appreciation, but I think I should just use this opportunity to appreciate them, right? We have let me share the screen. Let me share the screen so that you guys can see. Yes. So we have Impact R. Impact R is the training partner on Google Digital Skills that we've been having since yesterday, and we've been having their session next. Then we have Jobberman. Jobberman was here yesterday to train on how you can, you know, get employment and all of that. Please make sure that you check the Telegram community for the link to take the free online sessions with Jobberman. Then we have Ekiti Trends. Ekiti Trends has been helping us with media, you know, engagement on Twitter, on Instagram, and what have you. So I want to say thank you so much, Ekiti Trend. And then we have Glimpse Nigeria. Glimpse Nigeria, whose CEO is Adara Oluwatosin, yeah? Adara Tosin. And they have been supportive, helping us to share this thing across board. And even we also have Ekiti. We also have Ekiti State Government. You know, we're going to update this later on. Ekiti State Government even helped us to share, you know, about this event in her newsletter. All right. So we want to say thank you to every one of them for all of this support. And most importantly, I must not but mention BAM in Gilead Foundation for Sustainable Development. They gave us a slot, a free slot at one of their radio programs, and then they also gave us, you know, Wi-Fi to make use of. So I want to say thank you so much to BAM and Gilead Foundation for Sustainable Development. We are going to do a proper, you know, maybe by the time we send emails, we're going to mention all of this still in our emails to you, so that you can see all of them. And we just want to say thank you, everyone, for your time out here. You know, we cannot hold this event without you. All of you are great participants. Let me mention some of the names that I'm seeing on my here. Fatuna Isaac, Shola Ogun Semi, brilliant. Okay, money ideas. Mayowa Ferami, engineer Oni, Mayowa. Okay, Owe Yade Joke, our active woman. Omo Yoshola Okunade, Peter Olawole, and everybody, Jessica Olori. Okay, we have mentioned that already. Fajembola, Oloruntola, Somi Faith. Thank you, everybody. We cannot, you know, finish appreciating you all. Olimolade Moyi Oluwa. Wow, thank you so much. Okay, you have a question before now. I'm actually a data analyst. I presently serve in IIT as a data analyst, and the kind of analysis for different data depends on how the data is collected. I can be of help on data. Amazing. Please, if you need help on data analysis, contact Orimolade Moyilola. That's a free advert for you, but it's all right. All right. Yeah. Oloruntola Kayode, thank you, everybody. Bimbo Rosemary, thank you. Okay, Faith is saying you should drop a message in the group. You can drop it. That's allowed. All right, so that they can know you. Okay, if you are in the Telegram community. David Ayomide, thank you. Wow, thank you, everybody. I cannot stop saying thank you. And to our wonderful moderators, Rachel Olori, thank you so much. Rachel Olori, and then we have Jessica Olori. Yeah, thank you so much, everybody. And then Tope Akintayo, thank you for being a wonderful moderator. So, guys, I have to go right now, and we have to let you go. But in the next 20 minutes or thereabouts, we're going to have the live session on Google, how to set up Google My Business. So please do well to join that session live. Make sure that you join that Telegram community because it's very, very important. All right. See you later on, and have a blessed day. Bye.